This is the UAAP Season 73 Volleyball.
You're not used to that loss. That loss set in set number 2 really woke up the Lady Spikers as they went back to their old ways of dominating their opponents and really dominating FEU here in set number 3, 25-12.
That's right. LaSalle actually made a few adjustments in terms of the lineup by Fielding and Joanne C replacing Michelle Gumabao, and it seemed that adjustment really worked well for them. And that's, you know, why I said earlier, it's nice for LaSalle to actually have a lot of people they can pull out from the bench and, you know, field in. Dahil effective pa rin. And in this case, nakabawi sila over FEU.
And what a commodity it is for Coach Ramil De Jesus to have a player with the name of Joanne C, who already has actually 2 titles, 2 awards under her belt. Best blocker and rookie of the year to come off the bench for LaSalle. And she has really helped LaSalle get that set number 3 to respond after FEU stole set number 2 from them.
That's right. Meanwhile, for FEU, although they did perform well in set number 3, I think what's critical is for them to be able to sustain that same momentum that they had there. Because starting the 3rd set, they were doing quite well. Okay naman eh. But then, you know, LaSalle really managed to slow them down and you know, catch them off guard when it comes to the offense and the attacks that they've been doing.
And during one of the late timeouts by Coach Ness, we were noticing na parang they were breathing heavily talking about the FEU Lady Tamaraws.
That's right. And could it be fatigue? Looking at the number of attacks, LaSalle scored 14 as compared to only 9 points from FEU. 2 service aces for LaSalle, none for FEU. In terms of unforced errors, there were about 9 for FEU and 3 for LaSalle. Now, going back to your point earlier, could be fatigue, although we're only in the 3rd set, ano? So it's still a bit early for them to feel that. Normally, you'd ask teams kung pagod na kapag umaabot na ng 5th set.
But then again, many factors play into that. Like you mentioned, FEU does practice twice a day, as mentioned, as you highlighted from Maan's report. And again, as you mentioned, they did arrive a little bit late because of the traffic.
That's right. So they had to rush things in terms of warming up. Madali sila ng konti.
But right now, this is set number 4. Both teams playing their last game in the UAAP for the year 2010. And what a great year it has been as we head into the Christmas season and the new year. A lot of sporting events covered by ABS-CBN Sports, of course. And this is still a young season for volleyball, with its own following here. LaSalle, of course, trying to join UST at the top of the team standings. UST earlier today defeated UE in 3 straight sets. So UST is now at the top with 5 wins and no defeats. LaSalle looking to join them.
Great drop by Marano.
Agno unable to save that. So good start here so far for LaSalle here in this set number 4 as Esperanza, one of the 4 rookies on this LaSalle squad. And the new setter replaced Clarissa Martinez, who was last year's setter for LaSalle. Okay, let's get a courtside update. Let's go to Maan Panganiban.
Yes, Anton, Coach Ness commended the Lady Tams for executing great floor defense effectively and is expecting that the girls sustain this level of play up until the last point. In this set, the FEU team has to focus first on service reception so they could establish good sets so they could get good attacks. And as for defense, when it comes to getting strong balls, there's no problem at all with the girls. But it looks like the drop balls of DLSU have created a gaping hole in the middle of FEU's defense. Now, it's going to be a vacation-less Christmas for this squad this year. Training is still on for the remaining remainder of the year. They only have 7 days to rest. That's going to be December 24 to 26, then 30 and 31, January 1 and 2. And it's going to be still on double time mode until the season ends. Anton and Ann.
Wow.
So basically, no vacation for the team. Just on the real holidays.
Serving Major Rojas.
It's probably a good thing also because, you know, during the holidays, you tend to eat a lot and
Tama.
sometimes bibigat din yung katawan mo. So it's good that you continue training so that you know when you come back next year, you're still in good shape.
Tama. And considering they are at the bottom of the team standings right now, syempre, they're hoping also na the teams above them, sila yung kumain ng marami this holiday season, and while they're eating, they are training.
That's right. It would be interesting to know also how the other teams would still continue to train or may break ba sila this holiday season because of course it's the season of the ham, the cheeses, yung mga lechon. Oh no. I'm sure all of the coaches gave their bilins to the players, especially those who would go home to their provinces.
Tama.
They probably wait themselves. They will probably wait themselves before they go on the holidays.
Minomonitor talaga no?
And the service error.
Vargas now getting ready to serve.
As we go to, of course, an update on LaSalle with Job De Leon.
Anton, Coach Ramil wants to put things away already in this fourth set. So he has a few quick reminders for his girls in this set. He told the girls that he wants better floor defense. He wants them to be able to see and anticipate FEU's attacks and be quicker to receive them. Now on the offensive side, he wants them to be more precise and more confident with their sets so that his Spikers have an easier time and an easier position to score a point. Anton and Ann?
Thank you, Job. And you know, the preparation of LaSalle for this season, it's surprising. We've heard about basketball teams traveling abroad just to train for the upcoming UAAP season, which is the premier season for every basketball or volleyball team. LaSalle, in preparation for this season, actually traveled to Gifu City in Japan.
That's right. To get their training.
They trained at Asahi University, which is, according to Coach Ramil, one of the top 5 teams in that area of Japan.
Well, I believe Ateneo also went out of the country. They trained in Thailand. So a lot of the teams now going out of the country to train.
So you can see the trend is also starting here in volleyball as LaSalle goes into this technical timeout with a 3-point lead. The winningest team in all of the UAAP women's volleyball history, but this year it has been a rebuilding season. It is a rebuilding season for FEU, and they have yet to win a game here in the 73rd season of the UAAP.
Serving Stephanie Mercado.
Not used to seeing FEU at the bottom, Anne.
That's right. Not used to it too, but I guess, you know, looking at the teams that they went up against so far in the season, they lost to MU, to Adamson, to UE, to UST. NUU and UST in 4 sets, Adamson in 5. I think what's good here is that kahit pa paano nakakakuha sila ng set. It's not all a straight set loss against these teams.
And against Adamson, sayang yun, Anne, because they won set number 2 and 3. They had a chance to close it out to set number 4, but then Adamson defeated them in 2 straight sets. So sayang yung game nila against Adamson, who is a team that I believe has a chance to make the Final Four again this year.
That's right. Of course, Adamson, one of the strong defensive teams that we have here in the UAAP.
And they have a crucial game tomorrow against another team that is that has shown really a tremendous amount of improvement. They're going up against NU tomorrow. Both these teams, Adamson and NU, with both with 3 wins and 2 defeats. So whoever wins tomorrow will get solo second place.
That's right. Like, remember what we've shown in the pre-game in terms of team standings. A lot of people may have been surprised with, NU landing on our number 4 spot. So, clearly a big improvement in the team's performance over the past years.
Exactly, because if you look back at the history of NU, they had back-to-back 1 win and 13 loss seasons in season 71 and season 72. So they've already surpassed the win total of those 2 seasons combined. So this is really a big year for NU. Of course, they have a new coach, Coach Francis Vicente.
FEU Lady
And an early
Tamaraws.
timeout here for Coach Ness.
Uwi natin uli. Nawawala na eh. Ayaw nyo na mag-usap-usap. Face to. Usap tayo. Habulan mo lang habol. Tsagay mo humabol. Dadaan ang dadaan niya pag pinalo sa ibabaw ng block ni G. So ikaw, sino dumidepensa ron? Ngat. Gustuhan mo sumagad ka ron. Basahin mo. Ayan na naman. Dinadrop ball. Hindi tayo. Di ba pwede yan? Ikaw ba hindi mo maabot? Pag gumanong ka, tsaka ka pipit. Pass mo yung bola. Di ba pwede? Oh. Huwag mo iasa nasa doon sa likod mo. Pwede mong abutin mo na.
Coach Ness Pamilar trying to remind his ladies that they should play the way they did in set number 2, wherein they were just enjoying the game.
Back to the game.
That's a very good point because now you can see them a little bit tense.
Yeah, they seem to have lost their way.
And a bit quiet too.
Yeah. Communication is lacking here, but Vargas, that was such a difficult spike to defend. And a good job by Esperanza defending that. And look at her run up for this back set. But wait a minute.
Point for Dallas.
And
Okay.
violation.
So that drop ball is good for Joanne C. So Joanne C earning her time here on the floor. We haven't seen Gumabaw come back yet, Anne.
That's right. And this is good because nung pinasok siya, she didn't give a reason for Coach Ramil to actually pull her out and bring Gumabaw back in. This is how strong the lineup of LaSalle is. They have options. Yung second stringer options nila, they play on the level of starters.
You can call it whatever, a balanced attack, overwhelming offense, abundance of offensive options. LaSalle is just the total package this year. But of course, UST has something to say about that.
And of course, itong UST, they still have Isa Maizo in their lineup, like what we call her a scoring machine. Every time she goes up in the air, approaches and attacks, there's about 95 to 99% chance that the ball will be a point.
Can you just imagine, of course, with all due respect to UE and UE, which LaSalle is going to face, and NU, which UST is going to face. If LaSalle goes into that matchup against UST undefeated, that is going to have the atmosphere inside the arena will be very electric.
That's right.
Skipper Chuck.
And then, of course, if UE and NU, if they're watching right now, that's something to be motivated about, to be able to put a stain on the records of LaSalle and UST before they face each other, just to remind them that, hey, we're still part of the competition.
Scoring off the block.
LaSalle just trying to work their way to finish this set as instructed by Coach Ramil.
Shaq Cruz digging it up right here. Esperanza to the left to Mercado. Still alive here and jousting at the top and magsumbol.
Winning that joust with just one hand over Maraños. Look at this.
I think nauna siya kay Maraño eh.
Oh, hinabol niya. Maraño had two hands eh. Maraño's trying to block it.
Actually, they almost rose up at the same time.